Hi. In previous video, we had seen what should be the entry when there is input credit availability in forward charge of GST and if there is no input credit availability in forward charge of GST. Now, let us see what should be the entry that should flow in SAP when there is input credit available in reverse charge and when there is no input credit available in reverse charge. Okay, let us go to invoice booking, vendor invoice booking. So vendor invoice booking T code is FB60. And let me take some vendor and invoice date. No input. Sorry, first I will take input in RCM. Say 2 lakh. As I explained, I have created various tax codes and here you see input 1K, input RCM, CGST, SGST. Okay, I will take 2K where it is 9% and 9%. And we have to select business place, input available in RCM. This is just for example, narration. It is a narration. And let me take some expense. 2 lakhs. Business place. Okay. Now, you see, though we have selected 9% CGST, 9% SGST, and amount in expense also we have put 2 lakhs, and here to vendor also we have put 2 lakhs. Still, there is no balance. The reason being, here we are not going to pay this GST to the vendor. We are going to pay the GST to department directly. Okay, so that is the reason it is 2 lakhs and 2 lakhs. If they in forward charge, if you see, it will be 2,36,000 if it is 18% because we are liable to pay to the vendor. Okay, that difference you should understand. Okay, now going to withholding tax. Okay, withholding tax is not configured here. It is, well, let me see. I think it is not configured. This is on payment, so anyway, it will not deduct. It's okay. We will simulate. Now you see, if you see the entry, vendor account is credited with 2 lakhs, expense is debited with 2 lakhs, RCM CGST deferred credit 18,000, RCM SGST deferred credit 18,000, and reverse charge CGST payable 18,000, reverse charge SGST payable 18,000. Understand? See, when there is input credit, this input credit is not available to the taxpayer immediately. It will be available after making this payment in next 3B. After that only this particular RCM will be available. That is the reason we are not taking this particular input directly to input credit. We are taking to deferred input credit. Understand? If you see in earlier video, we have taken the input directly to CGST input taken and SGST input taken. But here we are saying it is deferred input credit. Okay, and we are creating a liability for RCM. So if I am making this 30th March 2023, then the liability has to be discharged by 20th April 2023. So I am creating this liability and I am taking this deferred credit. Once I discharge the liability next month, then I will be able to take the credit in April month 3B, that is which we will be filing 20th May 2023. Okay, let me remove the errors. You see here there is an error log. As I told you, there are validation fields. So I have to complete validation fields. These are automatically created line items. That is the reason the text is not getting copied. That we have to complete. Okay. Okay, there are no further line items. I am going back. Now error is gone. Now I will be able to post it. Document number so and so was posted in Aura. Let us display the document. You see here deferred credit. This is asset. Okay, as per my chart of accounts, 2 series is my assets and 1 series are my liability, 4 series are my expenses, and this particular is vendor account number. Understand? Now let us see how if there is no input credit. Okay, I will take some other vendor. RCM, no input credit. Okay, 1 lakh. I will take 1 lakh. See, the system is throwing information saying that there are some financial assets. That means there are some down payments, advance payments. So whenever you book invoice, if there are any entries under special GL, then it will throw you some information. Now see here, 4K, no ITC, RCM, CGST 9% and SGST 9%. So 4K is no ITC and 1K was with ITC. Okay, earlier we had seen 2K with ITC 9%, 9%. Now I am selecting 4K. Okay. So here I will select some other location. RCM, no input credit. Okay. I will take some other expenses. All my 4 series are my expenses. So I am just blindly taking some expense. Okay, I'm just copying the text. To copy the text, if I put plus, it will copy whatever is mentioned here. Okay, here let me see if the withholding tax. Yes, withholding tax is configured in this vendor. So I will select some withholding tax, which is applicable on invoice. Okay, say consultancy charges 10%. Okay, now let me simulate. Now you see this whatever 18% I have selected, there is no RCM CGST deferred credit. It is directly getting debited to my expense. I will go back and show you. See what is my expense I have taken here. You see here repairs and maintenance building. I have mentioned only 1 lakh. And here also to vendor I am making payment 1 lakh, right? Because it is RCM, I need not pay to my vendor. Okay, I have to pay this RCM liability directly to the department. So I am not paying this amount to the vendor, and my expense is only 1 lakh. However, this 18% which there is no RCM, it is nothing but my expenses, right? So while your functional consultant is configuring, you have to tell them very clearly that when there is no RCM input credit, it has to be the amount of tax amount has to be added to the respective expense itself. Okay, so here, though I have mentioned 1 lakh as my expenses, if you simulate and see that 1 lakh has become 1 lakh 18,000 because my 18% GST has no input credit availability and reverse charge, but however I have to pay this liability to department. Okay, so reverse charge CGST payable 9,000, reverse charge SGST payable 9,000 and 194J TDS 11,320. There is some exemption, there is some difference. It's okay, TDS. Okay, otherwise, if you see GST, 18,000 is added to the expenses and reverse charge is under reverse charge. This particular liability has been created. Okay, now let me remove this particular error log. No input under RCM. Okay. Now I will, error log is gone. I will post it. Document number was posted in company code so and so. If you display, You see, total expense is 1,18,000 because 1 lakh is my actual expense and 18,000 it is no input under RCM. So that has become by default my expense. So I am taking it here as expense including my basic amount, and I have to pay this 18% under reverse charge to department. So I am creating the liability with 9,000 reverse charge, CGST payable, SGST payable, and TDS anyway it is deducted. Okay, hope you understood this. Okay, if further any queries you can post in comments box. Thank you.